Dear students, this is a division video of vector quantities, and we know that a physical quantity which requires magnitude and a particular direction, that is known as vector quantity. And if we apply a triangle law of vector addition. This is a revision video, and suppose it is a vector A and it is another vector B, and this vector represents the resultant. Angle of the resultant from A vector is alpha, and if we draw a perpendicular, this angle, suppose this is theta, and if this angle is theta, then this component becomes B cos theta, and this component becomes B sin theta, and this component B cos theta. And in this, resultant is under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. And if we want to determine the angle of resultant, then it should be tan alpha is B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. And suppose if A is equal to B, magnitude of A is equal to B, then R, it should be twice A cos theta by 2, and alpha is theta by 2. Maximum R maximum, it should be A plus B for theta equal to 0. If we put theta equal to 0 here, cos 0 1, and it becomes under root A square plus B square plus twice AB, and under root A plus B whole square, and we can write A plus B. And minimum value of R, it should be R minimum is A minus B for theta 180 degree. Cos 180 is minus 1. This is minus 1. A square plus B square minus 2AB, or we can write under root A minus B whole square, or R minimum is A minus B. Similarly, we can apply the parallelogram law of addition of two vectors. Parallelogram law of addition of two vectors. Suppose this is a one vector A, this is B vector, and suppose if we draw a line parallel to A vector and we draw a line parallel to B vector, now it becomes a parallelogram, and diagonal of this parallelogram represents the resultant vector. R equal to A plus B. And suppose this is A, this is B, C, D, and if this angle is alpha, and we can write AB plus AD equal to AC, or we can say A vector plus B vector is resultant, that should be equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. And suppose this angle is beta, and total angle between A and B is, and if alpha is angle of resultant from A, then we can write tan alpha is equal to B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. And similarly, if angle of vector B from the resultant is beta, this angle, then tan beta equal to A sin theta upon B plus A cos theta. So this is parallelogram law, and now we can see vector subtraction. Vector subtraction. Suppose this is a vector A and this is vector B, and angle, this is theta, and B in opposite direction, it becomes minus B, and this angle is also theta, and resultant vector of A and minus B, this, it should be A plus minus B, or we can say A minus B. And we know that resultant is under root A square plus B square plus 2A minus B into cos theta, and it should be under root A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. This is resultant. And if this angle is alpha, then tan alpha should be B sin theta upon A. In place of plus there should be minus, A minus B cos theta. And if A is equal to B, then we can say R equal to twice A sin theta by 2. Now we will discuss about the addition of more than one vector. Addition of more than one vector. Suppose this is a vector A, this is vector B, this is vector C, and this is the direction of vector D. If we add this vector, these vector, so it should be, this is vector A, and this is head of vector A, and this is tail of vector B, and this angle should be adjust here, so it should be B. And similarly, like this C vector, it should be start from the head of B. This is C, and just like D, it should be D. Magnitude of all, length of the vector represents the magnitude of the vector, and the head of last vector and tail of initial vector, if we join, so it becomes resultant, and resultant should be R equal to A plus B plus C plus D. This is the addition of more than one vector. Now we will discuss about the rectangular components. Rectangular components of a 3D vector. 3D vector. So we know that suppose this is a vector A, and if AX, AY, AZ, AX, AY, AZ are the components of the vector A in direction X, Y and Z, then we can write A vector is IAX plus JAY plus KAZ, and we can write the angle from x-axis cos alpha equal to AX upon A, and AX upon A means under root AX square plus AY square plus AZ square, and we can write it L. Similarly, angle made from y-axis, this is angle made from x-axis. If angle made from y-axis is beta, then cos beta, it should be AY upon A or AY upon under root AX square plus AY square plus AZ square, and we can write it M. And the angle from z-axis, if we represent it gamma, then cos gamma equal to AZ upon A, and it becomes AZ upon under root AX square plus AY square, AZ square, and we can write it M. And L, M, N are known as direction cosines. And L square plus M square plus N square, it should be cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, and we can write, after putting the value of cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, AX square plus AY square plus AZ square upon under root AX square plus AY square plus AZ square and whole square, and it should be 1. Or we can say that sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma, it should be equal to 2. In similar problem, we have to use it direct. We can directly use sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma equal to 2. Now we will discuss the general vector in two-dimensional plane. Suppose this is a vector, R vector, and theta is the angle from x-axis and this is from y-axis. So R vector equal to Ix plus Jy. We can represent it by like this, or we can write x means R cos theta I, and y means R sin theta j. This is R vector, and magnitude of R vector, it should be under root square means R square cos square theta plus R square sin square theta. And we can understand it by a problem. Suppose we have a vector of magnitude 10 unit, and vector make an angle 60 degree from the x-axis. So we can write R vector R cos 60 I plus sin 60 j, or we can write it r is tan, cos 60 is 1 upon 2 I plus j under root 3 upon 2, and 3i 5i plus 5 under root 3 j. This is r vector. Another problem, suppose we have a unit vector and unit vector make an angle 30 x-axis. So r vector becomes, unit vector means this r becomes 1 cos 30 I plus sin 30 j, and cos 30 means under root 3 I upon 2, and sin 30 means 1 upon 2 j. This is the r vector in this case. So scalar product, we can say it dot product. A and B, two vectors, A dot B, it should be AB cos theta, where theta represents the angle between two vectors, and we can write cos theta equal to A dot B upon AB. Theta equal to inverse B upon AB. And suppose this is vector A, we can write it IAX plus JAY plus KAZ, where AX, AY, AZ are the components of vector A in XYZ direction. B vector, it should be IBX plus JBY plus KBZ, and A dot B, it should be AXBX plus AYBY plus AZBZ, and cos theta should be AXBX plus AYBY plus AZBZ upon under root AX square plus AY square plus AZ square under root BX square plus BY square plus BZ square. And we know that dot product of I and I dot I, it should be 1 and also equal to J dot J and K dot K. I dot product of I J is 0, J dot K is 0, and I dot K is also equal to 0. If we determine the component of vector B along vector A, it should be, if we represent it by B one vector, then it should be B dot A into A vector. This is the component of vector B along vector A. And if we want to determine the component of B perpendicular to A, to A. So we can represent it by B perpendicular. It is B parallel, it is B perpendicular, and it should be B minus B parallel. So B minus B dot A into A. This is the component of B perpendicular to A. So these are the concept of scalar product, or we can say dot product. Now we will move towards the cross product, or we can say vector product. So A cross B, A cross B, this is the representation of cross product. That should be equal to AB sine theta, and this is a unit vector, and this unit vector is perpendicular to vector A and vector B, or we can say the plane in which A and B lie. So mathematically, if we want to determine A cross B, then we can calculate it by IJK, AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ. This is the A cross B. And if we solve it, then it should be I, AY, BZ minus AY, BZ minus AZ, BY minus J, AX, BZ minus AZ, BX plus K, AX, BY minus AY, BX. This is the cross product of two vectors. And the properties, if we discuss about the property, then A cross B, it should be equal to minus B cross A, minus B cross A, or A cross B into A, it should be equal to A cross B into B, and that should be equal to 0. A cross B dot A equal to A cross B dot B, that should be equal to 0. A cross B dot A equal to A cross B dot B equal to 0. And I cross I, self cross product of the unit vector, that should be equal to J cross J, or we can say K cross K, it should be equal to 0. And I cross J represents K, J cross K represents I, and I cross K represent J. Sorry, it should be K cross I. K cross I should be J. If we write I cross K, then it should be minus J. If we write J cross I in place of I cross J, it should be minus K. If we write K cross J in place of J cross K, it should be minus I. So these are the cross product of the unit vectors. If we take the differentiation d upon dt of two dot product, d upon dt A dot B, it should be d A upon dt dot B plus A dot d B upon dt. Similarly, in case of cross product, d upon dt A cross B, it should be dA upon dt cross B plus A cross dB B upon dt. This is A. This is in case of cross product. Point A to B. Suppose this is point A and coordinate of this point is x1, y1, z1, and it is moving from point A to B, and coordinate of point B is x2, y2, z2, and position vector, suppose this is origin, position vector of A, suppose this is R1, and suppose this is R2, this is R2, and it represents the displacement vector. So R vector, we may write R2 vector minus R1 vector, and R2 means x2i plus y2j plus z2k minus x1i plus y1j plus z1k, and we can write it R is equal to x2 minus x1 I plus y2 minus y1 j plus k. And if we want to determine the magnitude of R in case when a particle is moving from point A to B, then it should be under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. Now we will discuss about Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem. So we know that suppose this is a triangle, this angle is A, point A, this is point B, angle C, side of angle C is C, side of angle B is B, side of angle A is A, and we can represent it, so this is a force FA, suppose this is a force F2, this is a force F3, F1, and this is a force F3. These are three forces. This angle theta 2 and this angle is theta 1. So in this case, in case of triangle, we can write sine A, side in front of angle A, sine B upon B, and sine C upon C. And in this case, second figure, F1 upon sine theta 1 equal to F2 upon sine 2, F3 equal to sine theta 3. And if we have a triangle, suppose this is a triangle, vector B and angle theta vector, and this is B sine theta, and in this case area of triangle, it should be A cross B upon 2, or we can say half A B sine theta. This is the area of triangle. And suppose this is a parallelogram. This is vector A, this is vector B, this is B sine theta, and this is angle theta. In this case, area A cross B, or we can say AB sine theta. Some points for remember: A cross B equal to 0 represents parallel vector. Parallel. A dot B equal to 0 means perpendicular vector, and A dot B cross C equal to 0 means coplanar vector. Coplanar vector. And AB equal to lambda BC. It means ABC points are collinear. So dear students, in this video I have revised the total vector chapter, and I have also teach about the properties of the vector. So in next video we will meet again with the concept of another chapter. Thank you very much.